Those wheels, those are like some primes, do not belong on a Fox body. Never did. Coupe with a set of 93 Cobra wheels. Pretty cool. We're going to do something a little different. Actually, it's not too different because we have done this before, but we did it with a Mustang trader. But today we're going to go through a Muscle Mustangs and Fast Fords magazine from 1999. It's not the oldest that I've got, but we're going to go through this today, talk about it. I don't know, look at some of the old trends, some of the old setups. Just have fun with it, guys. Don't expect a whole lot out of this video. It's just for fun. Why do I have so many from 2005? Here we go. This is the actual magazine that we're going to be using, not the other one. I wanted to go ahead and jump down to January of 1999. Go ahead and just do this thing right. So I do have I actually have a lot of older magazines, but for right now, we're just going to go ahead and do this one because I think it's just perfect. 1999, it was still the 90s. Things were just different, right? It was a different era. The internet was out, but it wasn't like it is today. So let's go ahead, check this thing out. So right off the bat, guys, what are we looking at? 400 horsepower, 351 on 87 octane. That's still pretty good horsepower numbers for today. What we have to key in on is that's not rear wheel horsepower. So we know today that we can do a 351 on 87 octane and make 400 to the wheels. That's kind of what I'm looking for, are like the differences between that era and this era now. Like, does anything really stand out to us, or does everything just kind of look normal? So Pro 50 used to be an actual class that they raced. Nowadays, you don't really hear much about it, but yeah, that was actually a class that used to race back in the day. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we got. All throttle. I used to have that decal actually. It said all throttle, no bottle on the back of my 93 Mustang. All right, let's go ahead and get through this. We got a long ways to go, guys. So we're not going to read all the articles or anything like that. We're just basically going to look through this magazine and just see how cool it actually is. So right off the bat, we've got a Pro 50 ad, and I'm going to be honest with you, that was the shifter to have back in the day. If you didn't have a Pro 50, I don't know what you were doing. So right off the bat, I'm noticing that there's not any .coms or anything like that kind of staring you in the face like we're used to. Okay, here we go. Here's a good little ad here. So what do we have? Good old Powerdyne supercharger over here. But back in the day, you could get a 6 PSI kit for 1,800 bucks. Vortec, on the other hand, you could get a 5 PSI kit for 1,800 bucks. And Paxton, you could get a street kit for $33.99. If you were going to run a cold air kit, guys, this March kit was really the kit to run because it did get fresh air from the front of the car up here. So, not too bad. So we've got some Flowmaster ads. Flowtech. I actually forgot about Flowtech. I used to have a set of Flowtech headers. Look at this, an Optima Red Top, $139. Yeah, go try to buy an Optima Red Top for that right now. Which heads do we have? The TFS Stage 1 aluminum heads complete $1,095. Stage 2 TFS complete heads, $1,495 for that. So those were fully race ported head for serious race application. So guys, you could buy a Cobra upper and lower intake back in the day for $389. That's crazy. Awesome. What kind of transmissions we got up here? We got a Z style. So that, I guess, was a Z spec style transmission. $295 first gear, $1,079. Zoom clutches, guys, those things were horrible. I hate a zoom clutch. Sorry if you've got one in your car, but I cannot stand those things. They were horrible. Guys, you got to remember, this is 1999. I mean, we had Y2K right on the horizon. That was actually a scary time. For those of you that were not around in 1999, this could have been the last magazine that you looked at before the end of the world came. If you're not aware, back in the day, you could write into these magazines and they would answer some of your questions. So I know it seems crazy right now to think of it that way, but that's how you had to communicate. You literally could write in and ask a question and it may or may not get used. You know, nowadays you have Twitter, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you got YouTube, and you can literally post a question and more than likely get a response back from whoever. Not the case back in 1999. Who remembers Kenny Brown suspensions? Guys, they used to have Kenny Brown cars. Kenny Brown cars were comparable with Celine. I have not seen the word Kenny Brown in so long, but they really had some good stuff. I'm not going to get into the prices over there. So in 99, you could get the Cobra R hood for $249. Design Concepts. And if you wanted to order this, what did you do? Look around. Do you see any websites, guys? Do you see it? No. You pick the phone up and you call 1-800-237-8988 and you ordered your stuff from there. And the old Testarossa kit. So Officer 50 retires. So guys, look, in 1999, they still had these coupes running the road. There weren't a lot, but they still had some of them running the road. And I just think that's so cool. I remember that time. I do not know the year that the last car was still on the road, but it was coming to a close for sure right here. Man, that was the thing, guys. It was Fun Ford Weekend back in the day, and that was a huge event in Commerce. So Steeda was like really making a name for themselves back in the late 90s and early 2000s. I mean, Steeda was really coming on strong. They got a lot of stuff right here for sale. Check out the wheels. Let me pick this up for you guys so you can see. So look at the wheel options that we had from Steeda back in the day. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. A set of these wheels right here, ooh, they're very expensive right now if you can find them. And the old 5-star, man, the 5-star wheels from the 80s and 90s. You gotta love it. Jason Pirelli's 96 GT runs 12s with little more than nitrous gears and some bolt-ons, and fingers crossed. You gotta love that, guys. Fingers crossed. So this dude right here, pretty much on the stock GT, ran 12s. You know, still not too bad. Still not too bad. So what did it take back in 99 to go 10s on a 90, what is this? 96 Cobra with a stock short block? Took a supercharger and some gears and supporting mods and stuff. So that's pretty cool. That's impressive, actually. So 10s with pretty much just bolt-on stuff. That's impressive. Thinking about it now, the 96 through 98 Cobras were pretty tough cars, guys. I mean, you got to think, when these cars came out, man, we had never seen that much horsepower in a Mustang for the most part. Well, you know, new age stuff anyway. So these Cobras were really just killing it. So Avenger heads, well, I don't remember these. They look like a TFS high port head the way they're cut. Avenger Pro Race heads, stage 3. Oh, wow. Wow, $1,900 back in 99. Stroker kit back then for 347 would run you $2,000. 389, 1500. So you know, not too different. The price on stroker kits and stuff like that have actually come down from what they were back in the day. The SNs were really starting to kind of take over. It was short-lived though. It really didn't last that long, and you're not probably going to see that many Fox bodies in here like you would think, because everybody was looking for something different. By 99, you know, the new body style had come out and everybody was just wanting something different besides a Fox body. So a Pro 50 back in the day in 99 would have cost you $199, and a B&M Ripper would have cost you $160. So I think the prices have actually come down on that or stayed about the same. The suspension technology really just wasn't there. I remember back in the day, like in let's see, the mid 2000s or so, the 570 heads up was a really big thing, and these cars would leave out wheels in the air, just scrubbing the bumper slap off the car. Normally aspirated, mod motored Mustang chutes for the 10s, guys, all motored. That's pretty impressive, especially for 1999. What are those, 17 by 11s in the back? Shit, we were killing the game back then. 17 by 11s. Look at us go. My buddy Ronnie Spivey had a like almost brand new set on his car, and you know, we just didn't know what we had. And look, I mean, they were staggered back in the day. 17 by 8.5, 17 by 9.5. Ooh, $239 a piece. It's clean Fox there. So this was pretty much the standard in 99 of how you know, Fox bodies looked. 17-inch wheels, I mean, that was a thing back then. It's not really changed that much. The style of wheel has changed some, I'm not gonna lie, but overall it's not changed a whole lot. Crowler rods used to be like pretty big stuff. I mean, that was good stuff, guys. So I completely remember Crowler over here. Southside was what you wanted back in the day, or megabytes or something like that. So Southside was really the deal. We got some M2 race system CNC ported cylinder heads. Oh wow, these things were flowing 315 on the intake. That's at 700 thousandths though. But still, and yet, that's impressive for back in the day. So, you know, things haven't changed as much maybe as you think they have for the most part. And here we have the Cobra R wheels. What else we got? We got some trick flow heads, twisted wedge heads right here. $925. Brand new 5.0 blocks, include main caps and everything. $259. 890s and 99. Oh boy, let me tell you, that's moving. That was freaking rolling back in the day. Carbureted setup, lots of gas. As you can see, everybody was pretty much just tubbed out to the max with wheelie bars. It was a different time. That was the suspension technology back then. Look how this car is leaving. A lot of Fox body stuff still though. I was absolutely in love, guys, with these wheels right here. I don't know if you can see them. Man, I'd rock a set of those right now. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys straight up. Nowadays, you subscribe to somebody's YouTube channel, but back in the day, yeah, you had to actually rip that out and fill it out and mail it in, and they charged you to send you these magazines. And I know a lot of you already know this, but there's some younger guys that have no clue of how the magazine subscription used to work, and that's how it worked. They charged you a monthly fee, and you got your magazines a little quicker than in the stores. Guys, we're dead. We're dead in the water here. Sorry. So back in 1999, yeah, the internet did exist, but good luck finding anybody that had already posted something like this up. So where did you have to go? A magazine like this if you wanted to really learn how to do this type of stuff. You did have ET Streets back in the day, but you didn't have any 17s. Look at that. They were all 16s. Anyway, Hedman headers, that was a big thing back in the day. A lot of you guys probably won't remember them. Minimum wage Mustang. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's my style right there. I can get down with the minimum wage. Man, back in the day, I was a sucker for pictures like this. Look at that Cobra R hood, $399, $999. So, not too different. So look at this, just massive tires on these cars, massive. That was a thing with the like graphics on the car and stuff. Not everybody did it, but as you can see, it was pretty popular back in the day. Those wheels, those are like some primes, do not belong on a Fox body. Never did. Coupe with a set of 93 Cobra wheels. Pretty cool. Guys, that comp cams intake right there was cheap, and man, you could make some power on the big end with those intakes. They were made out of nothing, but they were good intakes. So you do not see those anymore. If I could find one, I would put one on one of my cars because they're badass and I like them. I know, retro. Right over here, we got some chrome ponies. And guys, you are not going to see 17-inch ponies in 1999. I just do not think they were an option. As you can see here, pretty much everything was 16-inch. All right, guys, I think that's it. Not so much has changed. I really expected more, to be honest with you, from what I remembered. But that's why it's important every once in a while pick one of these magazines up and look. It's not as different as you think. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. And as always, thanks for watching.